It's just the fact that she can change planes so good, not necessarily down, but it's the off speed that makes that rise ball seem that much better.
Thought she had strike 3 on that changeup to Sydney Stewart leading off the 7th. The 2-2 in on the hands, coming in from first to grab it is Allred. One down here in the 7th.
That changeup too almost slows your timing down just a bit to try to be on time for the rise ball. To the right-handed batters, especially when she's working that pitch inside, feels like it's getting in on your hands even faster than it is.
When I remember in the rubber match when they played at Arizona 3 weeks ago, she cruised at 66 that whole game, and then in the top of the 7th inning, her team was able to get a couple home runs. They were up by 3. She was gassing it at 73, 74 miles an hour. Like, I'm actually a little jealous that she can choose when to throw at 66 or she can gas it up at 73 miles an hour.
Fly ball to left off the bat of Altmaier. In foul ground, making the play is Elder. 2 down.
When you're pitching the way that Nigeria is in the circle, you need to have the defense be able to have your back, and Demi Elder having to run a long way into foul territory, especially off the left-handed bat. This ball's just going to continue to tail off into foul territory there. Nice slide and grab for out number 2.
Another first pitch strike from Kennedy to Shep with 2 down here in the 7th.
Well, and now you're in your dome. You're like, ah, man. She went change. Is she going back? I was planning on swinging early and
popped up. Catcher calls for it. In a season of firsts, it's another first for Texas Tech. Big 12 tournament champions for the first time. Texas Tech was in the news before the season started when Nigeria Kennedy joined the program, and she has helped lift this program to new heights, and now they have a trophy to take to Lubbock.
This is a team that came into last year's Big 12 tournament as the 8th seed. They come in this year as the 1 seed, and they come away with a Big 12 championship title.
What a turn of events, right? And you just think about that young lady and the impact that she's been able to have, not only on the game, right, and what she's been able to do, but this program. And it's not a one show that does everything. Her team offensively has been able to really step up. And I think that, to me, is what shines the most in this weekend, is that throughout the course of the season, anytime Nija's thrown, it's taken a while for her team. Coach Jerry Glasgow has said, like, sometimes the team gets tight and they feel this pressure to, like, have to score her runs and put too much pressure on themselves. If this weekend is any indication of what the postseason is going to look like for them, it's impressive. And that has to be the momentum that Texas Tech continues to ride on, because when they can score for Nija and she can cruise the way she did today, it's a big difference.
There wasn't a doubt in our mind that they were going to be hosting a regional. This confirms it. They have never played in a super regional. These, again, a season of first. Things continue here for this Texas Tech team. Nigeria, a 2-hitter today, gave up 1 hit in 6 2/3 innings of work in game 1, 1 hit in 3 innings of work in game 2. Does not give up a run in the tournament.
It was just a flat-out dominant performance, even the last 2 games, too. You have your offense put up 18 runs yesterday. Nigeria comes out and is dominant in the circle. Your offense puts up another 4 runs against a very, very good Arizona team to come away with the title.
Let's head down to Morgan. Jerry Glasgow said he was teary when one of his players got over to third base. Let's see how he's handling things now, Morgan.
Well, Coach Glasgow continues to be an emotional coach. You get the Big 12 regular season title. Now you cap it off with the tournament championship. How do you explain what this team has been able to accomplish?
Yeah, you know, it's some great players, and they're willing to listen and willing to be coached hard, be willing to be coached tough. And then our coaches, you know, we had 3 shutouts in 3 games. It's hard to lose when you get shutouts. So tip your hat to our pitching coach and our defensive coach. They did a great job preparation all week for the tournament.
What did you see from your ace, Nigeria Kennedy, today in the circle?
Greatness. Same thing every day. You see it every day in practice. You just see greatness. She knows how to approach the game. She knows how to seek to get better each day. Get better. And she's never satisfied. She's relentless in her pursuit to perform better. It's just fun to be around.
This is your first season. You bring in 9 transfers, 9 true freshmen. You get a group to mesh together to win championships. Coach, how have you done it in your first year?
Everybody just texted me, about the coach of the year, and I don't know about how good a coach I am, but I know I'm the luckiest coach. I'm the luckiest coach on the planet. And to get to be here and be at Texas Tech and have players like Nyjah come in with me, Alana Johnson, all the kids from Louisiana that came with me, it's just huge. And then the freshmen are really good. Haley Tony, Bailey Lindemuth, those are great, and Sam Lincoln. There's just a lot of great players that came in at the same time, and they all want to win. So it's just, I'm really just lucky to be here.
Coming into this week, there were some question marks whether or not Texas Tech would host its very first regional. Now, what statement has this team made this week?
Well, the regional committee, the NCAA committee, they do an outstanding job every year, so I got to leave that to them. But I like our resume, and I thought if we could get 3 wins here, I think we're finishing up the season something like 22 out of our last 25 games, 22-3 down the stretch. We're a much better ball club and like the RPI is deceptive because, there's a couple losses in there where Nyjah wasn't playing, and she was out with injury, and that really made our RPI very deceptive. And they're going to see that, and they're going to know that when they look at our record. I think we got a really good resume. I think we're going to be up closer to 8 than we are to 16. But that's just my opinion, and they'll do that, and we'll leave it up to them.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Eric.
Morgan, thank you. Congratulations to the luckiest man in softball, self-proclaimed, but you can see why he's shown a lot of pride. We will hear from his star when we come back to Oklahoma City. We'll talk to Nyjah next. Two-way player, but dominant in the circle, but just how she represents her teammates, her team, herself, and the game of softball.
Well, and she's so humble throughout the process. I think that's because you respect how hard it is to be a pitcher in this game and to be able to do what she does. You have to give credit to your teammates in the grind that helped get you there, but you can't go without saying that it's pretty insane to see what she's been able to do. Like the numbers and the consistency from her freshman year of being the freshman of the year to the national player of the year last year to then making the change to a 7-figure deal to Texas Tech that took the offseason by storm, to now being the Big 12 champ, the Big 12 pitcher of the year. Like, she just continues to keep living up to all of these expectations, which is really, really hard and not easy.
The expectations are huge.
They're huge, and it's a lot of pressure.
And the performance that she put on today, too, having already faced Arizona for 3 games just a few weeks ago, and now you're facing again. It's a really good Arizona lineup. You've got a couple of players with 17 home runs, 13 home runs, 15 home runs, and she just continued to get more and more dominant as this game went on. Those are the things that stand out to me about her performance, not just today, but throughout this Big 12 tournament, to be able to almost reinvent herself in the circle throughout the tournament, to be a bunch of different pitchers out there, whether she's going to throw in that high velocity rise ball, or we're going to see a ton of those changeups. Those are all now, you've got teams across the country that are trying to figure out a game plan on how to hit Nyjah Kennedy.
Would you like to give the teams across the country a scouting report? Because I've got my hitter here and I've got my pitcher here. Edge pitcher when it comes to the way Nyjah's pitching right now.
And we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Typically, the more at-bats that a hitter has against a pitcher, all of a sudden the favor is going to start to swing in favor of the batter, but not in this case. It just felt like she was getting more and more dominant the more pitches that these Arizona batters saw against her.
And she's going to perform better when her team scores her runs. Listen, she's thrown a lot of high-leverage innings. We've had that conversation coming in. That just sometimes takes your battery down a little bit. So I think she was able to build it up this weekend with 18 runs yesterday. She gave that shout-out because she was able to come and pitch and be different today, knowing that her team was going to show up and score 4 against Arizona, and that's big. And you have to tip your cap and say to Arizona, do not hang your hat on losing to Nyjah based on how she threw today. Like, this is what's going to help put you in a position going into the postseason to say, we're tested. And yeah, it may not have worked the way we want, but anyone else that we face is not going to maybe feel the way Nyjah felt.
And they've had to face a lot of different dominant pitchers in the Big 12. So many great pitchers in the Big 12, whether it's Nyjah Kennedy, Miranda Stoddard, and Devin Netz that we saw for Arizona, Ruby Malin for Oklahoma State, Kenzie Brown for Arizona State. A lot of different strikeout pitchers in this conference that all of these offenses have been tested against throughout the year.
The champs are ready down on the field. Time for the trophy presentation and the announcement of the most outstanding player. I can make a wild guess, but we'll let Morgan Uber handle it.
It has been here in Oklahoma City. We'd like to thank all the fans for coming out to the Phillips 66 and Big WWE Championship belt is going to the 2025 Phillips 66 Big 12 Softball's most outstanding player from Texas Tech, Nyjeri Kennedy. You've gotten some pretty great hardware, but where does this one rank?
Definitely up there. I've never had a belt before, so definitely up there.
This team, you bring in 9 transfers, 9 true freshmen, 3 returning players. How did you all mesh together to be able to accomplish your first Big 12 tournament championship?
Oh yeah, I feel like that's the thing I'm most proud of this team, honestly, just how well we meshed together and just became a team.
What is it that you will take? I mean, you're laughing about the ballot. How can we not? This is pretty awesome. But what will you personally take as you all head in to regionals from this performance?
I'm just trying to enjoy it all. Postseason's the best time to play softball, so just soaking in.
Nyjeri, congratulations. Enjoy that belt. First off, we would like to congratulate Arizona on a great season, and we wish them the best of luck in postseason play. And now, for the championship trophy, on behalf of the Big 12 Conference, please join me in congratulating the Texas Tech Red Raiders and head coach Gerry Glasgow on winning the Phillips 66 Big 12 Conference Softball Championship.
Well, Nyjeri accessorizes well with the first belt, the championship belt, but congratulations to her. 16 2/3 innings of work, 4 hits, no runs allowed in the 3 games as Texas Tech wins the championship.
You want to be playing your best softball at the end of the year, and I think that Texas Tech is one of those teams that is heating up at the right time. You've got Nyjeri Kennedy being so dominant in the circle, but also the offense, lengthening out that lineup, having so many different players come through.
Well, I don't know if I should have said this earlier or not, but I appreciate you guys letting me crash your party. You guys have been so fun to listen to, and I thank you for letting me
and you've been
come
a great
in.
addition, yes.
You guys
so
have been
much fun.
so fun. But yeah, I mean, this, you couldn't have hit the nail on the head more. Texas Tech is starting to kind of upswing in the right way. Offensively, 1 through 9, some big hitters, Valdez, Haley Tony, like those are big hitters that they needed to get going when it's right. And then Nyjah's just cruised. And when you're able to just be consistent and be that good, that's impressive. So they know they always have her in her back pocket. Now the rest of the offense is really starting to heat up, and that makes them scary heading into the postseason.
Still plenty of softball to come today, we hope. Weather an issue at Chestnut Hill and in Athens, but we got it in here today on a beautiful day with the breeze blowing the confetti around here in Oklahoma City on a sunny day. And it's all smiles for Nyjeri Kennedy and Texas Tech. They are the Big 12 tournament champions. They knock off Arizona by a final score of 4-0. All ACC is coming up next. For Danielle Laurie, Madison Shipman, Morgan Huber, and our entire crew, I'm Eric Freed saying so long from Oklahoma City. Congratulations to the Red Raiders. Great job,
Yeah,
Morgan.
thank you. Nice job.
Awesome work.